Welcome to another episode of Microfighter Monday. This episode, we are going to be a little bit different because, as you may notice, this is not Star Wars Microfighters. This is a space classic, one of my all-time. This is one of the reasons I'm into Microfighters in the first place. It is formerly known as the Space Dart 1. 010 Interceptor, I think, was kind of a other alias of this, and man, it is just so fantastic, and you can see how it really inspires, kind of like today's Star Wars or other themes, some of the building techniques, and you just, man, there's so many pieces you just don't see today. Whether it's these gray antennas, these gray wing pieces, kind of having this, this comes off right here. It's like that. I even kept it, if you notice, there's a couple different coloring. So I didn't have an older version of this, or I didn't really dig in. Some of this is that older gray. It's been yellowed a little bit, but I kept it in its original form there. But these antennas, I don't see this at all anymore, so I think that's been retired in terms of pieces. And then these pieces in here are different. These days you would have gotten the rounded surface to kind of connect these together. And of course these rocket pieces are pretty spectacular. So, man, just the playability. I mean, just think of how much probably as a kid I played with. That is insane to me. It came out approximately, officially, supposedly 1984. So I would have been 8 years old. So that sounds about right. It's also a year that some really prominent, I was probably into castle at the time, pretty heavy, because there was a lot of small castle builds that came out that year, like Blacksmith Shop, and I think one of the catapults and a few others. So there was only a handful of little ships that came out that year. There may have been some other stuff, but I know that there weren't too many. I think it was a couple years later when a lot of the other spaceships started to really come out. In 86 and 87. So, but man, yeah, this is, now it doesn't have as many pieces as today's Microfighters, but today's Microfighter probably would have added some extra elements to this and been a little bit larger, giving it a little bit higher piece count in the 80 to 100 range. So very cool. Hope everybody enjoyed that, the Space Dart, inclusion in the Microfighters. I do want to change it up from time to time. Make sure to like, subscribe, and check out my Microfighter Monday playlist, which has got all of we have all the way Series 1, Series 2, and next week we will kick off Series 3. So exciting stuff, and I just love these smaller ships. They're so easy to play with as a kid, or again, it's not going to take up a ton of display space as an adult for me, so I don't have a ton of space to display sets, so I love the small ones. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you next week on the next Microfighter Monday.